Everybody, Scoutcraft here again. I've been waiting all day to get in the shop, and I'm so psyched to be down here. Let me show you what we got. We got some good stuff today from a friend from the show. Now, a good friend of the show by the name of Brian McGuire. He's in Oklahoma, and he sent in a package to the show a while back, and he said I had some tools laying around, and I wanted to see maybe something different done on the show, and he sent some nice things. You know, we have a small pipe wrench here, and you can see the make on this. It's a Coase, and this is a small, I guess it's about a 6.5 inch. Here we have some parallel pliers. These, I believe they're Bernards, you know, that's a common one, but it's written here. I can't really read it. But somebody fixed this here. You can see they put a copper rivet here. They must have, you know, and I never seen these with bolts, so maybe the rivets came out, you know. So these are real nice. Then we have this old wood wrench, and it looks like an old combination, like an old tractor wrench or something. It's very interesting because it's got the square. It's got on the edges here, like something that you could pry, and it's got like a little hammer here. So that's very nice. And over here, you know me with these, you know. I can't get enough of these. And this, look how little this is. This would be great for like a double take junior. And then we have this one here, and you know, these are always a nice style of a plier with this type of a nose on top, and it's got the 3 cutters, and they're all in great shape. This will be a nice job. But rivets, I hate rivets, right? And this one looks a little undersized, and it doesn't even look, it looks, maybe it was replaced, I don't know. And then last but not least, he didn't know what this one was. And he says, you know, he traced, he says, I don't know what that is. Well, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun and try and figure out what this is. By the end of the video, I'll tell you what it is. I've seen these before, but I'm sure a lot of you haven't. And take a look at it. You can see how it looks like it might mount on something, or it has a little screw here that adjusts the jaws. And you can see there's a very limited range on how much that jaw opens and closes. So that should be a hint for you. But like I said, if you've never seen one of these before, chances are you'll have no idea what this is. It's a very unusual tool, and hopefully it'll be fun. So let's go check that out later. Okay, first, because I'm very interested in this, like I said, this was a fix by somebody. I'm just going to clean these up and take a better look at them to see where they're from. So let's do that. Okay, we're at a post-wire brush evaluation. Now, here's where you're going to think I'm a little crazy. First of all, they are Bernard. You could see they are Bernard. And you could look here. It says W. Shohorn Company, New Haven, Connecticut, made in USA. Now, you know, everything has to do with mood. You know, I like to take, I'm especially lately, I've been in the mood of taking tools to the next level, but I don't have a pair of these Bernards and parallel pliers are really useful. And look at the jaws on these. You know, they cleaned up really nice. They have that groove in the middle. And over here, just a beautiful set, right? And I need a pair to use, and this is, you know, so I'm not going to go over the top with these. Now, the only thing is you can see the repair here, right? Now, I could drill these out and put rivets, but I was just talking to a buddy from the show today about, he had a wrench that had a couple marks in it, but they were user marks, you know, when somebody marked their tools. And I said, you know, it's all how you feel about it. You know, like me, for some reason, sometimes when I see tools that are fixed like this, you know, now normally I could fix, but I said, you know, some old timer took time and banged it, riveted it down, put a rivet in there, and they work so nice, you know, they're so smooth and they work so good. I'm just going to leave it. If it gives me trouble later on, I'll fix it. But it's funny how things like that, it's I don't mind. I kind of think of it as almost like paying tribute to the guy who fixed that. I don't know, but I want these as a pair of users, so I cleaned them up on the wire brush. I'm just going to hit them real quick with the polish on the side, and we'll take a look at them. Okay, you know what, we're going to call these done, because now look at them, you know. Just a nice pair. Look like they're just worn, like you had them in your pocket, and I really like them. Now, if you've never had a pair of parallel pliers, Bernard was a very famous maker of them. Let me show you what they're good for and why these were so good. These are hardened jaws in here, and they're placed inside of a sheet metal curved handle. So the weight, the balance, it's kind of top heavy, but it feels good in the hand. And parallel pliers, you can see the jaws remain parallel when you open and close them for the full range. So whether you're gripping a piece of paper like this, you can see how it grips the whole piece of paper, the whole jaws, gives you a very good grip. Or if you're gripping something thicker, like this piece of wood, you see how it grips the whole piece. That's what's beautiful about parallel jaws. And they're really good to get a grip on things and to hold things like that. So that's very nice. They also have a cutters here. And these cutters are excellent because they have a high leverage. And here's a piece of coat hanger. We're just going to show you real quick how this cuts this. You can see it just cuts through it like it was nothing. Just a beautiful high leverage cutter. Beautiful pair of Bernard, and you'll see some lubrication coming out because for the next couple weeks I lubed them up, so for the next couple weeks it's going to be oozing out here and there. But if you can get a pair of these, you're going to really like them. Everybody should have them in a toolbox. And let's see what else we can work on today. Okay, I think we have time for one more. And look at this here. Obviously, you know what this looks like? Looks like it was sitting on a mat. You know, one of those, one of those like rubber mats, and was just laying there like that. And that's where it picked up some of this. But the pliers are cool. I don't know what make they are. I don't see any markings on them whatsoever. But that rivet's got to go. I don't know what kind of rivet. It even looks small for the pliers itself. So let's take them apart, see what we can do with these real quick. Okay, here we are at our post-wire brush evaluation. You can see even paint hides a lot of pitting. Look at that. We got some extensive pitting here. And, you know, and came apart very nicely, as you could see. Cleaned everything up, but jaws don't look too bad. But the pitting is going to be rough. So we're going to take it real quickly over to the to the sander. And if it's, hopefully it won't be too hard, and we'll see if we can get through that. Okay, now this segment isn't for the safety sallies. Now what we're going to show you here is, this is an advanced technique, not to be tried by the beginners, but sometimes you have to get to a part of the tool that's curved, and you know, you see I took the platen off the back of the belt sander for this special reason. I always use a stick or something that I make my own platen. Well, this is another way. By using a piece of shop towel, blue paper towel or something, and holding it against the back of the belt, you can conform the belt to sand compound areas or curved areas, and also get out little scratches or dings that are normally difficult to get to with a flat platen, which I really don't like. So this is a next level technique. It's called a soft platen, and I think you'll like it. It's time to make a rivet for this, so we're going to take a regular 1/4x20 carriage bolt. We're going to knock down this square back here and take off these letters, and we'll do all that on a lathe, and then we'll make a nice little nut for the other side. So let's get to that now. Now, you know my favorite part. Remember what these look like before we started. Okay, we are calling Brian's second pair of pliers done. Now, these are the ones. Look how nice these turned. You remember how pitted and everything they were? Now, look at this. Look at the nose. Everything is just beautiful, huh? New rivet in here. Well, actually, that's the carriage bolt on one side, and here's the nut we made on the lathe, peeing down. It's It's nice and smooth, and look at the handles. Remember how pitted they were? And just beautiful, huh? Look at that. Just this was an enjoyable project. This took a long time, but it was an enjoyable project. Let me show you how it works. You know, with these are always the preferable cutters, and we're going to use a piece of wire hanger here, and I'll just show you. Each one of these cuts really well. Here's one. See how easy that is. Here's the center one, and then we'll use the third one over here. All three of them just cut beautifully. They were so, I don't think they were ever used as a cutter. Just so sharp, and just a real nice pair of pliers. And they're button nose. I have no idea what year they are, but they do look better with that regular full-size rivet, don't they, rather than that little thing. And they were so loose before. Now they are super tight. In fact, they're just beautiful. Look at the jaws. See that little indent there and everything? It's really really nice pair of button style pliers. Brian, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And let's see about the other. We cleaned up the mystery item a little bit. Maybe this will help you figure out what it is. First, let me tell you where it's from. It's the Dudley Tool Company made it in Menominee, Michigan. And it was patented in May 29th, 1894. So if you haven't figured, I'm sure a lot of you have figured it out, because I know what some of you guys do. But for those that didn't, it's a strange tool. But what it was a spoke tightener for a bicycle, or early on later motorcycles, or anything that needed spoke tightening. And how it would work, here is a tradition. This is like what a spoke for a larger vehicle would look like. You know, not like this small thin spokes you see on bicycles today, but something like this. You would pretty much adjust this and just leave it then to your size spoke, and then it would slip in here. But you see this little catch here, and what you would do is you put it in like this. It would revolve, and that's how you would tighten it. It would just rotate around the spoke like this, and you would tighten or loosen it. And that's how this worked. And it was a spoke tool. And again, very interesting, especially since it's from, we're getting a lot of old tools, huh? From 1894. So again, Brian, it's really cool. Thanks so much. So in closing, I want to say a special thanks, Brian. We got to half of them we were able to get to, and we'll try and get to the other half. You know, I'm looking forward to this little guy, and we'll clean up the other ones. But thanks so much for sending in for the show, for everybody, and appreciate it. I hope everybody has a nice day. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.